Good morning and welcome back to Coffee with Toffees on this October 20th, Monday, a start to the week. We're going to go over some stuff that happened this weekend. It should be a lot of fun. It's just me, so it'll be a short, sweet show, easy for you on the commute. So introduction, as always, you know me. You can find me on Twitter at Toffees_Dota2. You can find the Patreon to support the show at patreon.com/Toffees. If you want to keep this thing grassroots, advertising free, or sponsor free, I should say, and really kind of help us grow and go to the next level, which is what we're working on. Bigger guests, a producer, things like that. You can go there and support. Also, we are about, I believe it's $20 in pledges away from releasing a t-shirt design. After that, we'll be going into a couple of other stretch goals. So the t-shirt on the way if we get a few more supporters. So keep in mind, that's something that you are always welcome and appreciated to do, but never, ever should feel obligated. You also can join our brand new chat room we opened up in the Steam client. It is Coffee with Toffees, but it's a w/ just like the show is. And that's just a chat room that I created on the Dota 2 servers so that you can hop in, talk with me whenever you like. You can join the guild if you are in that channel. We'll invite you to the Coffee with Toffees guild so that you can have access basically to me, my producer, and the fans anytime that you need. So hop on there, get the chat channel. Next time you see me on, send me a message and we'll get you into the guild. Let's see, what else? Oh, Wednesday we will be sitting down with SNA plus Narock and the rest of his new Infinity plus 4 stack. A brand new team started by the guys who started up the Sneaky Nicks Assassins in their original inception. He's going to talk about what it's like to form a team and try to make the transition to pro as they get their new project underway. So that should be a pretty good interview. So join me on Wednesday for that one. But now, let's get into the good stuff. The meat and potatoes, baby. Because this is time for pro news. First thing that's a little less difficult or flashy, I guess I should say, is that Cy S, who is a founding member of Hyper Glory Team. He's one of the guys that put the thing together, a team that has been around in the Asian scene for a while and does very, very well, has announced that he is stepping down and that Air will be taking his place. So a big move for him. Not sure where he's going, but he is no longer going to be there. So next piece of news is Ape Mother has been announced. Kelly Melky's put it on her Twitter, I believe it was 2 days ago now, that Alliance will be taking Ape Mother to SLTV's Starladder LAN number 10 final instead of Chessie, who is still suffering back problems. This is the second major event that Chessie has been unable to attend and has had to sit out on, which is a shame because Chessie plays well. Ape Mother going to be the one that stands in this time around as they travel out to SLTV. Finally, the next piece of pro news, this is the big one that everybody's going to be kind of talking about here, is the situation going on over at Arrow. So a couple of different things have happened in the last few hours. So first, Arrow Gaming was accused of match fixing. Primarily DDZ and Lance were on the forefront of this. They said that their girlfriends placed bets against them. They then subsequently lost the games, and it caused a lot of spin in terms of income. DDZ went on the record yesterday and published an account saying that all of these charges were fake. They were trumped up and they were made up. Shortly thereafter, Synergy published a new statement saying that they went over the information and they decided that based on what was out there, based on what they were seeing from that information, from the timestamps, etc., they believed that the evidence presented to them by DDZ wasn't 100% accurate and was also trumped up in its own way, and they put a ban for life, basically, on Arrow Gaming, not just DDZ, because they said this is clear that the management has become involved. Statement was issued by them. Then this comes out on Facebook by DDZ and basically says that DDZ and Lance admit to the price of the fixing, that the economy in the area where they live has made them hard for cash, and they thought these were some quick solutions for them that they regret, and that Arrow Gaming encouraged them to deny the allegation. So what we actually have now, this is a news flash, this only happened about an hour or two ago, 1 hour in fact, is that DDZ and Lance admit that it was a lie, that it was a cover-up by Arrow, And the allegations are essentially that Jaren, who is the manager of Aero Gaming and the head of Dota Talk, wrote the statement that DDZ released. If that is true, it puts some really severe implications on Aero Gaming, management, and a lot of things in the SEA scene, because Aero Gaming is a massive part of that scene. Dota Talk, even more so. And this is a pretty tough thing for them. So things just keep getting worse in this match fixing scandal. Keeps expanding. On top of that, so we've obviously covered that, and I'll keep an eye on it as we go through the week. That brings us to tournament news. We already told you that Synergy has declared fake evidence and removed them from the tournament. Well, that's not all, because Gods has announced that they won't be playing in the Summit either. So Aero has been removed from 2 major tournaments. They will not be allowed to play because of this price-fixing scandal. I can't say I'm surprised. This is a pretty big deal. The 322 thing just is been all over the place lately, especially coming out of the SEA scene, and this is a large blow. So guys, for those of you who maybe don't remember last week, this comes on the back of Mineski being accused of a similar thing, having 2 or 3, I think it was 3 of their players ultimately banned, and removing themselves from Synergy and Summit as well. Aero right in the same position. So it sounds like a community epidemic instead of just a one-time deal. Happier news, the Star Ladder Star Series has drawn for the LAN finals coming up next week. 11 hours ago, they announced the 2 groups. The group stages will be played out the way they normally are in the LAN final, and we'll go straight to the elimination brackets. The groups are going to be Tinker, Alliance, EG, and Cloud9 on one side, Secret, Na'Vi, IAP, and VP on the other. Keep in mind that our Asian teams did draw out or leave the tournament. I believe it was Nuvi and VG were supposed to be here. We saw Na'Vi and VP step in on this one. I gotta be honest, Group B, it should be a pretty comfortable run for the guys of Secret. Na'Vi will put up a good fight. I don't know that IAP or VP really can stand up against either of those teams, most assuredly Secret, so we should see Secret coming out of Group B. Group A, though, is going to be a monster. Team Tinker, Alliance, EG, and Cloud9. Honestly, if they had switched Secret and Alliance, this would be 2 far more even brackets, perhaps we could say, because I think that Alliance and Na'Vi, we'd have some really fun watching that sort of old school rivalry. Secret and Tinker and EG are teams that are just always competing with each other right now. And the Cloud9, the kings of the second place finish, are going to be in that as well. So Group A is going to be a doozy, and I'm excited about watching those games. It's going to be a really good one. The shame is that they're going to start knocking each other out, which means that we don't get to see them, some of those guys, in the elimination phases a bit later. So that is Star Ladder. Moving down to, let's see what we got. D2CL, Na'Vi qualifies. Remember, they were brought back in after the Asian teams backed out. Na'Vi was given a chance to try and qualify. PR loses to Na'Vi 3-0 in the winner's bracket. And we'll go down to the lower bracket where they will play Tinker for a chance to get that last spot secured. So basically, Tinker or PR will have the last D2CL spot for the LAN finals to go up against Empire, Na'Vi, and SNA. Team Tinker, I think, the favorite to win this one and make their advance. And then, honestly, I would not be surprised if at that point Team Tinker becomes sort of the favorite to possibly take this thing. I like SNA's chances coming out of the American division. They've been on a decent streak right now. Ush is very, very hot. Na'Vi is not playing at the top of their game, so this is a good chance for Sneaky Nick's Assassins to take a big tournament off of Na'Vi. And now we know Power Rangers can beat anyone. They have the potential to always be a top team. They're just inconsistent. So the question is, can they stand up? Can they have one of their outstanding games against Tinker? Because if they do, they have a chance to actually do really well in this LAN final. That said, if Team Tinker takes the win, which I think is most likely, Tinker looks like they could be winning a heck of a lot of money. All right, next one up is Team Malaysia takes down Mineski 2-0 in the Thailand Championship to win $10,000. Literally everything was in the headline right there. Mineski, the used to be sweethearts, now in a lot of trouble for max fishing, unable to beat Team Malaysia. Team Malaysia beats them in the grand final without too much trouble and gets to walk away with about $10,000. So lots of tournaments still going on in the SCAC, and the teams are still there. It's just, I don't know that I'd bet rares on it, because a lot of these teams, especially when they don't seem to matter in terms of prize pool winning, are working on the side with kind of a 3-2-2 thing. And, I understand it. I get it. If I owned a team and I knew I was going to be playing for $10,000 as a prize, and there's a chance I would lose, but a chance I would win, I would go to the betting site and I would bet against myself. I'd put a couple $100 against me, because you know what? If I win, I make $10,000 and I cover my losses, so no big deal. But if I lose, well, I make about $1,000 to cover up and maybe, make me feel a little better about the whole situation. So at the end of the day, I get it. I get what they were saying that they were trying to do, but you can't max fit. You can't be involved. In the States here, guys, we have a lot of Major League sports, and those players are not allowed to bet, period, in anything that involves their league or is even reminiscent to their career path. So you just cannot get involved with betting any other team, any team. That's just the way it is. So really, if we follow the same sanctions, maybe it's something to talk about. Dota 2 Lounge not allowing Dota 2 players to bet on the game in general while they have pro status. And that is something, I don't know if it can be controlled now, but hopefully somewhere down the line. In other news, something that I have to mention, as much as it woes me to do so, League of Legends has wrapped up their pro season. Yes, their pro season is different than ours. It's not community-based. It's run by Riot. And they have a big lead up to the World Championships, where Samsung White took down their rival Starhorn Royal Club in a 3-1 best of 5. Did very, very well. I watched some of it. It's hard to understand because I can't get past the cartoons in League of Legends. But their opening ceremony was neat. The production value was astronomical. And Samsung Light basically takes home their share of the $1 million prize. Yeah, I said that. You heard me right. $1 million. So, kudos to League of Legends for putting on some good production. Too bad they can't seem to get their prize pools to be as big or as badass as we do over here in the Dota 2 world. But congratulations to Samsung, as I guess they probably had to do some pretty cool stuff to get there. All right, so last thing we go out over is, of course, the picks for the day, the matches I think that you need to keep your eye on. The first one is in about 2 hours. We're going to have what is it going to be? Alliance versus, actually, I'm sorry, it's in an hour now, so don't get that. Alliance versus Secret Team in the Summit qualifiers are going to be going up against each other. That should be a pretty good game. Alliance is severely outnumbered if you go to Dota 2 Lounge. That said, I think Alliance will be in good shape. They've been in good spirits. They said that they had their horror movie marathon last night before they went into play today. So they are looking like they're comfortable. Secret, though, has been playing lights out, and would not be surprised to see them take the win, though don't count Alliance out just yet. And honestly, if you want to get a bet that's a possible upset, I think Alliance versus Tinker could be your shot today. The second pick is in 4 hours. We've got Na'Vi going up against Team Tinker. Now, these are two teams that I think are a little more evenly matched. It's going to be about 53-47% in my mind as to who comes out ahead here. And I think that will be a good game to watch in terms of evenness. So a little cameo by Toffees Jr. as he makes his way to the bedroom to get a little more sleep. So says hello to everybody out there in internet land. But that's the news for today, guys. That's about all there is. Like I said, join me on Wednesday for an interview with Infinity Stack. We'll actually be sitting down with them tonight to do a live taping, which will re-air when the show goes up on Wednesday with a brand new news segment attached to it. My name is Toffees. You can find me at Toffees_Dota2 for representing coming matches, casting, the show, pretty much everything that I do in esports, as well as when I test out some other games. So definitely check that out. Patreon.com. That's patreon.com/Toffees. That's TOFFEES. If you listen to the show, if you like the show, if you enjoy what I'm putting together for you so that you can listen to it in the car, on your way to work, you can go to that Patreon site and you can choose to throw $1, $2, whatever you want at the show to help us run. It's a lot of work and I love doing it for you guys, but there are some mornings where it's just tough to wake up, and knowing that we have the community support is always makes it worthwhile. Remember, you can join the chat room, guys. We just opened it up. Coffees with Toffees, the W/ for the with. It's the new chat room in Steam where you can join on Dota client. And you can reach out to me, reach out to my producer, and get in touch with us anytime. If we're just playing around, viewer games are always a doability. So get in there, join the chat room. We'll pull you into the guild so that you can have access to us whenever you want. We'll basically open up group invites to the guild, and you can hop in and play with me and Snuggie anytime that you like. And that's about it, guys. That's the show for today. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you listening. Have a wonderful afternoon, a pleasant evening, and as always, Toffees out.